The movies that have most inspired me, I guess, as a filmmaker, have been the ones where I feel like the real drama is the interaction between the people, the relationships, the interpersonal dynamics between them. I would say my favorite filmmaker of all time is Spike Lee, just because I love his honesty. I love how he just doesn't give a fuck in terms of talking about really difficult, challenging subject matter within his own community. A lot of my inspiration goes back to the new queer cinema of the early 90s. How they basically had a great script and great actors, and that was kind of it. And there wasn't a whole lot in terms of money for them to work with, but they made these incredible films that you just couldn't get out of your head. And really, one of the inspirations for the film was Andrew Haig's Weekend. For the first time, I felt like I was watching a film about real people. They had conversations like real people. The questions they asked were real. This wasn't about them having a lot of discomfort with their sexuality. Very long takes, you know, sort of just letting that relationship unfold in real time. And I was just fascinated by this movie. I see something new in it every time I watch it. It's one of the most intimate films I've ever seen. Another one, a filmmaker that I absolutely love, Andrea Arnold, who made a short film that she won an Oscar for called Wasp, and a feature film called Fish Tank. That the handheld cinematography, the intimacy with the characters, the making her leads so complicated and complex, almost to the point that you realize it's not a question of whether or not these characters are likable. I just think that for her, like, she just wants to show real, authentic human beings. That's been hugely inspirational to me. It's like, when I was writing these four guys, I mean, I could call all of them likable, and I could call all of them unlikable. There's things I don't like about these characters that I've written, and there's things that I do. And she was a huge influence for that. Pariah by Dee Rees is a movie that I admire for the look of the film. I think it's just gorgeous. I can't believe that so little money was spent on this movie because it looks fantastic. Everybody that made this movie went on to these amazing careers and doing these amazing things, and it was kind of the launch pad for that. And that's hugely inspiring to me. One of the other inspirations, sort of the visual, and again, it's about these four characters. It's Thomas Vinterberg's Another Round, which came out a couple of years ago and won the foreign language Oscar, I believe. Handheld, the sunsets, the whatever. I mean, just the look of the movie. I was like, if I could just duplicate this look for my movie, I would love it. Vinterberg was one of the founders of the Dogma 95 movement, which was very natural light, you know, no frills sort of filmmaking, which I absolutely loved. All that stuff. It kind of makes you think, okay, anything's possible if you just have a great script and great actors. I just read an interview with Maggie Gyllenhaal in the New York Times where she's making her first movie, and through the course of it, she was thinking, oh, okay, I thought I had to have all this information or whatever, or do things in a very specific way, but she said, as long as you're telling something truthful, you pretty much do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll keep that in the back of my mind as well.